of the reasons they ask question is to seek understanding. They are seeking information and clarity. That is understanding their emotions. Teenagers ask questions to understand and process their emotions. Why do I feel this way? What is wrong with me? In education, we say that the stage of adolescence is that stage where the child's major question is, who am I? They don't know who they are. They are not adults and they are not children. 1 minute you are telling them, do you think you are a child? Why are you doing this? The next minute, the same you will come. Do you think you are an adult? Why did you do that? You are not an adult. So the child becomes confused. I'm not a child, I'm not an adult. So who am I? It does not belong to the world of the adults. The adults think he is a child. The same adult on another occasion will say, you are no longer a child. So who am I? That question begins to bother them. And on their own, you are interacting with them, you hear something like, I am not a child. We make fun of this a lot in my house. There was this film, this animation sort of things. I cannot remember the name again. And this animal was leaving home. It was representing a teenager. He was leaving home. The mother was very caring. The mother was worried. The mother was trying to advise. And he turned to the mother and said, Mom, I'm not a child anymore. And he left. The mother was watching him, very worried. He kept going proudly. Not a child anymore. Halfway through, he encountered problem. And then he turned back and started shouting, Mommy! 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 The same person that said a few minutes ago, I'm not a child anymore, is running back to the mother to help solve a problem. So this is their world. They are confused. And so they want understanding of their emotions. They want to clarify relationships. They ask questions like, how can I deal with my parents? Or what does it mean to be in a healthy relationships? They are worried about the relationships they have. And then they want to explore their identity. So they ask questions such as, who am I? What are my values and my beliefs? They ask questions to seek assurance and validation. So your answers mean a lot to them. They ask questions to ensure that they are being heard and understood. They ask questions to validate their emotions. Is it normal to feel this way? Am I overreacting? They want to validate their emotions. So they ask questions because only your questions can lead and direct them. The questions they ask is because because they want to explore options and have solutions to their problems. How can I improve my grades? I'm not doing well in school. What do I do? How can I deal with bullying? It's a problem. When I was in the primary school, that was one of my biggest challenges. I was always being bullied by the big ones in the class. So I had that fear of going to school because I knew what I was going to meet at the end of the day. And like one of our speakers said, I had a military father.
Oh, you too?
Yes. And I dare not come to say that I am being bullied. Why would I not bully back? How can I say somebody is beating me? So it was like being between the devil and the deep blue sea. And of course, what was the way or solution to the problem? It was to devise means of surviving. When you people were discussing, many things came to mind. The child will seek out his own way if he's not getting it from the adult. So they seek solutions. They weigh choices. They ask questions to weigh the pros and cons of different choices. This choice I'm going to make, what is the advantage? What is the disadvantage? They ask questions to seek advice on specific situations. What should I do if I have this kind of problem? How can I handle a difficult conversation with my parents? All this border on the reasons why they ask questions. Now, for you as a counselor, why do you ask questions? You are here, you now know the reasons why the child is asking questions. But you, why do you ask questions? You want to explore and get understanding. That's one of the main reasons why you ask questions. These questions help you to gather information about the person that you are dealing with. It's only by asking questions that you can know what you are seeking for. Secondly, you want to clarify thoughts and feelings. So that you can have a deeper understanding. You don't make assumptions. Assumptions do not help here. So you have to clarify what you are thinking and what you are feeling. And you do that only by asking questions. You ask questions to identify the patterns and the themes in the client's life and to know the therapeutic process. Which way can I go to help? What you did with Mr. A may not work with B. So you must know the pattern to follow. Questions help you also to build rapport and trust. In the course of asking questions, you are able to establish a connection between you and the client. It demonstrates your interest in the life of the client. They also show empathy and understanding. It's only through questions you can convey your empathy and understanding and create a safe counseling environment for the client. If you don't understand what he is going through, you cannot help him. Then questions encourage openness and honesty. It helps to the clients to feel more comfortable in sharing their thoughts, feelings, and experiences. Again, questions facilitate self-discovery. As you are asking these questions, the client is getting to know some things about himself that he did not know before. So your questions help him to reflect on his experiences, his thinking, and feelings, leading to self-discovery. Questions can help the client to explore underlying issues such as unconscious motivations, unresolved conflicts, or unmet needs. They have some unconscious motivations that even them did not know. Even while dealing with adults, this came up in one of our lectures one time. As I was asking questions, why did they come to Uniagri to come and study? How has Uniagri helped you? You may have a plan for them initially when they told you their problem. But as they begin to answer your questions, you get to know that the plan you have is not really what they need. Their answers now tell you what they need. And your questions help you to develop a treatment plan. By knowing what they need, you know how to tailor your treatment to help them to get what they need. Now, we get to the effective questioning. This is a very valuable tool in dealing with teenagers. It helps you to understand their thoughts and feelings and guide them towards positive growth. What are these effective questions? You have different types of questions, one of which is the open-ended question. By asking open-ended questions, you are not asking questions that demand a simple yes or no. You are asking questions that will explore their inner mind. So, you ask questions that will make him express himself. Not are you a boy? Yes. Are you a girl? No. Questions go beyond that. Let him express himself. By expressing himself, what he may ordinarily not tell you will come out in that expression. In asking effective questions, you are using a non-judgmental tone. By creating a safe and supportive environment. Now, I'll give an example of a practical experience. I was dealing with a girl that stole. And in the course of our discussion, I had to ask her, do you mean you were led or you took a decision to do what you did? She sat for some time, reflecting on the question. And then she told me she took a decision to do what she did. And I asked her, what did you do? Again, she had to reflect on the issue and said, I stole. I didn't want to be the one to tell her you stole. What you did does not mean you stole. But she came up with the saying, I stole. How did you do it? Then she narrated. So, you give them time, or by your questions, they have the opportunity to explain the thing as it is. But of course, like we said before, you must be non-judgmental. You use a non-judgmental tone. In fact, it reminds me that when she told me she accepted and owned up to the fact that she stole, I said, you see how simple it is. It's very simple. But do you know that I don't love you less? I still love you.